Ah, yes. It's Kid Friday. It is show number 226. We do this show because of you. That's right. You're a kid in a digital world. I'm Dave, and this Kids Technology podcast, we are going to be covering, everyone's excited. Apple always announces, you know what? New iPhones just in time for the holidays. We're going to tell you all about the new colors. Ooh, some brand new colors and some more specs on that. If you are an Apple person, they keep updating the operating system, 11.4. They finally did, and then now it's 11.4.1. We'll tell you what that is. You should get the updates, though, because of security reasons, which is another story that we're going to get into. I always try and remind you that it doesn't matter who says your data is secure. Your data is secure with us. No, it's not. And anyone who says that is probably getting paid a lot of money, and then something happens, and then they get fired, and they have to look for a new job. Also, we are going to be talking about Amazon. Toys R Us closed, right? Toys R Us closed down. Where do you get your toys? Not at R Us. Amazon, in an interesting move, Amazon's going to be putting out a holiday toy catalog. They put Toys R Us out of business, and now they're using some of their tactics to sell toys. So they're coming out with a toy catalog. I'll talk a little bit about smart TVs and how you should be careful because a lot of these smart TVs, they're stealing all of your data. So you input your username, your password, all that stuff. We'll talk about it, but you're not the only one who can sign in. Let's just put it that way. A little bit of Netflix. Are you a Sonos user? Do you like Sonos? If you like Sonos and think Sonos is like the best, well, they're going public. What does that mean? They're going to be offering stock for sale. You can own a part of Sonos. We'll mention that. See, first off, and again, we may not mention anything that I'm talking about right now. So, I'm telling you this. Something about YouTube. I have some notes somewhere. All right. It is show number 226 of Kid Friday. And let's get this show rolling.
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it.
Oh! Let's get this party started.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I love computers. I have an iPod. I'm a gadget freak. I like to play with my display. I do it every day. I have awesome technique. Yeah, I'm a Kid Friday. I love this stuff, can't you see? Yeah, I'm a Kid Friday. I'm a kid who's in love with technology. Kid Friday.
Oh, yeah. Kid Friday brought to you by Story Cub Video Picture Books. It is story time all the time. 265. No, that's 365. Let's see. That wouldn't be good. 365. Every day of the year, you can watch stories. You can go to storycub.com. You can look at iTunes podcasts. You can, and there's like 20 some odd places where you can check out video versions of awesome picture books. Okay, who doesn't want that? There's Morgan, by the way. I'm actually changing it up. There's Morgan, one of the storytellers from Story Cub. There she is. She reads a great story called Happy Hedgehog Day. Okay, got that? Happy Hedgehog Day. You can hopefully figure out what the difference is there instead of groundhog, right? Okay. So there's Morgan, and she also reads. Wow, she reads a lot. Oh. She reads a great story that put me to sleep the other night. Great for bedtime, called "Wake Up, Daddy, the Baby's Coming." It's a story about dad's like snoring away, snoozing away, and mom is about to burst out a baby, and they need to go to the hospital, and all the kids they're trying to wake up daddy to bring mom to the hospital. So there you go. It is viewed in over 200 countries around the world. It is story time anytime. Video picture books. We want to thank Story Cub for being a sponsor right here. That's right here. Where? On Kid Friday. Okay, so I did not do a show previous to the 4th of July. If you're watching in the United States celebrating the 4th of July celebration, I had an awesome time with about, 13, 14 people on a sailboat on, I don't know the name of it now. It used to be called Lake Calhoun. Now it's called something else. I'm not saying anything either way. I'm just saying that I know what is Lake Calhoun. So we're out on the sailboat and checked out some awesome fireworks from the Minnetonka Country Club. I didn't realize that these guys, it was an amazing, I had never seen fireworks from there. And so we were sailing on a 28-foot sailboat out in the middle of Lake Calhoun something, and checking out the fireworks, and it was cool. So thanks to Brian and Lori and everyone who was a part of that whole thing as far as the 4th of July celebration, because I gotta tell you, I've been around that lake so many times. And I've had the fortunate opportunity to actually go on the lake several times already this summer. So thanks to Lori and Brian and everybody else, and especially big hi to Jim. How you doing, Jim? Great to see you. Good guy, Jim. All right. Okay, so let me go to my notes here for a second. Oh, you know what? So 11.4.1, right? 11.4 came out. 11.3 came out. It's the iOS operating system that you use if you have an iPhone or an iPad, okay? And the thing is 11.3, yikes. 11.4 was supposed to fix a lot of problems, and it actually did for some of them. But first off, if you do have an iOS device, make sure you update it to 11.4.1. You can go into settings and you can look for under general, I believe it is, and it'll search for an update. You should probably definitely do that. But if you have, so 11.4 includes AirPlay 2 multi-room audio support for the HomePod stereo update, a bunch of stuff like that. You can use your voice control for AirPlay 2 enabled. Okay, all right. A HomePod stereo pair. You can pair them up better. Messages in iCloud. You can store your messages, your photos, and other attachments in iCloud and free up space on your devices, which is great. I have done that myself, and it works very well. All of your messages appear when you sign into a new device with the same iMessage account. So if you use iMessage, it's really cool. So that I like. And then there's some other things. It addresses an issue that could prevent lagging in or accelerating files on Google Drive, Google Docs, because they're Apple, and Google is actually their competitor because they have Android. Android is owned by Google. So it also fixes issues when selecting music from your iPhone and CarPlay and all sorts of stuff. But there is also something there that security-wise you should really you should check it out and update. So if you have an iPad, I have an older iPad, and that will not update to 11.4. However, I have an iPad 2 that I'm using right now. I'm going to wave. I'm waving to people, trying something out here. And that is that. So get 11.4. And I think you'll find it to be smoother. And I mentioned if you have an iPhone 5S, you can actually get a beta version of iOS 12, okay, and try that out on your phone. There's a link at kidfriday.com. If you look at the last show 225, if you have an iPhone 5S, if you want, get permission from whoever, and try and download the beta version of iOS 12, which is officially coming out this fall, but they're kind of opening it up. And they tested it on an iPhone 5S, and it's doing really well. It really changes things. So. That's delicious. It's the same. All right, so next to iPhone. So every year, Apple makes sure that there is a new phone just just in time for the holidays. How convenient. It's a smart business move, and there's more information that's come out. Check this out. This is cool. This is kind of cool, I think. Don't you? iPhone models to come in gold, gray, white, blue, red, and orange colors. How about that? There is a publication called Ming Chai Ku. I read it all the time. They released a report that ups the estimate for the 2018 iPhone sales, as well as detailing a few changes to expect now. So this publication says that the 6.5-inch OLED iPhone, which is organic light emitting diode. We talked about that previously. Anyway, it should be priced around $1,000, just like the current iPhone X or the iPhone 10, depending on who you speak to in the Apple Store. And will feature dual SIM capabilities. The 6.1-inch LCD iPhone X, 10, whatever, style device. It should retail for around $700. So the current phone, they're going to knock it down $300 and then come out with a new one, okay? But the most exciting news, wow, I don't know. Are you ready for this? The most exciting news? Better sit down. Better pull over, whatever you're doing. It's not that exciting. The most exciting news is that it's going to be offered in colors, including black and white and gold. Entry-level 6.1-inch LCD iPhone will apparently debut in gray, white, blue, red, and orange. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. So a new phone coming out. Let's just get this straight. New phone coming out. 6.5-inch version, like the Plus or whatever, $1,000. 6.1-inch version, $700. There you go. I'm correcting myself. I had an iPhone Plus something or other, and then I have this, and they have the Plus somewhere around here. I was using it's great for video. The bigger one, great for video, but every place, the place in my car, the place, it didn't fit. It didn't fit where. So I went back to this, and look at that. I got a white button, and I'm not going to get into that story. However, just know, if you ever go into a Genius Bar with Apple and they tell you there's nothing they can do, wrestle with them a little bit, because this phone had a cracked screen. It had tons of. Anyway, before I walked out of there, I had a new battery put in, a new screen, a new screen protector, all for free. How about that? So it's not like I know anyone, but you have to kind of escalate yourself up. And of course, they tried to upsell me, which I hate. Have you ever thought about getting the? Yeah, I know that thing. No, just you know what? Fix my phone and stop it. All right. If you do have a iPhone 6, 6S, 7, 7S, and you want a new battery, if your battery is down, they will replace it. Initially, they were doing it for, I think, $29. It's normally like $75 or $100, or it could be up to $50 right now. Anyway, if you think you need a new battery, make a Genius Bar appointment. They'll actually just plug it into one of their diagnostic tools, and they can actually read the battery level. And like this guy one time, I was in there, and he said, "You mind if I run this diagnostic?" I said, "Yeah, no problem, as long as you don't steal any of my information." "Yeah, I'm not going to." So I trust the guy. What do I know? So he runs it through there, and he goes, your battery, the number, the percentage. So he said the deal is this. If your battery is below 80% on what our readout is, we kind of have they never admit that they've done anything wrong, but we'll actually replace the battery, and yours is at 79. I'm like, it's below 80, 79. So they replaced it, and about 4 months later, which was I had it replaced again. So anyway, just don't say, "Oh, yeah, sorry, we can't do anything." Yes, you can. And on another note, just as a reminder, if you buy anything, any electronics from anywhere, and you use certain credit cards, they will double the warranty on your electronic device purchases. Now, I forgot all about it. My daughter had a keyboard that didn't work after she knew about it about 9 months into it, and then and it had a year warranty. And then on the 13th month, she finally broke down and said, hey, my keyboard's not working. So I go in there, and actually, you know what? It's the first time I got shut down, like big time. However, they were helpful in the fact saying, hey, you know, if you paid for it by credit card, you might be able to get reimbursed. So I filled out all the paperwork, sent it in, went through the whole rigmarole. They actually printed out the receipt for me and the work order and everything that I needed to send. And I was reimbursed, like within 3 days. I was reimbursed. So if you did pay, buy any electronics, some credit cards double the warranty. That was a Chase Sapphire, I believe, that I was using. And they have a third party that actually takes care of that stuff. And now a few weeks back, I noticed that there's a class action lawsuit about that keyboard. So I actually might get my money back on the money that I got back. That would be cool. All right, let's talk about other stuff. All right, Amazon, holidays coming up. Look at that. Toys R Us is out of business. They put them out. Amazon put them out of business, and then to be sneaky, to be extra sneaky, they're like, you know what? Because I mentioned this on previous shows, I heard that Amazon might take over some Toys R Us locations and actually have retail stores there because why not? Because that's right, you are not, you're not there anymore. So Jeff Bezos announced that they're going to be Amazon's going to be publishing a toy catalog this fall, which will be mailed to millions of Amazon customers and will be available at its Whole Foods chain. The decision to go ink on paper is an attempt to grab former Toys R Us shoppers during the holiday season, according to sources familiar with the plan. And as I mentioned in a previous show, Toys R Us went bankrupt earlier in the year and closed its last store, actually, a little over a week ago. So pretty sneaky of you guys at the Toys R Us for doing that. I mean, not sneaky for them. They got, you know what? They were sneaky. Quick little story. There was a company called called Fuhu, and they had it's called the Nabi tablet. You know what? I think I have it here. Let me take I have it here somewhere, now that I think about it. I've got one of those. Anyway, so they really pushed it to get it into Toys R Us, and it did really well for the holiday season. So when the next holiday season came around, they said, hey, we're going to put our tablet, back into your store. And Toys R Us said, yeah, I think we're going to do our own. So what goes around comes around, I guess. Now Toys R Us is out of business. Amazon is making toy catalogs. They're going into the retail business. Who knows what's going on? And everyone in the world wants to deliver your groceries. Everyone wants to deliver your groceries. Oh, man. Do you have one of these things? Do you? You know what that is? It's a smart TV, right? I have Apple TV, and I also have Google Chromecast. I find myself using, because I can use it on multiple TVs, I find myself using Apple TV more, although I've yet to figure out on YouTube how to save videos to playlists on Apple TV. But here's the deal, and I always try and I like to remember. I like to remind you that your data is never secure. You're never safe on the internet, and the growing concern over online data and user privacy is, Facebook was taking a lot of heat. I don't know if you saw Mark Zuckerberg in front of Congress, but wow, could you tell us the hotel you're staying at? No, I don't feel comfortable. So your data is increasingly being vacuumed right out of your living room, your bedroom, wherever your television is. totally without your knowledge. In recent years, data companies have harnessed new technology immediately to identify what people are watching on internet-connected TVs. When using that information, they send targeted advertisements to other devices in your home. See, because you have you have what's called an IP address, okay, an Internet Protocol address, and that address, this string of numbers, is attached to your. If you have a wireless router, it's attached to your modem, your wireless router. So if you're watching a TV on Wi-Fi and your phone is connected to Wi-Fi, it's connected via the same IP address. And that means they can send targeted advertising to your phone based on what you're watching on TV. And you probably gave them permission to do that. That's the interesting thing, because sometimes when you set it up, who scrolls through 20 pages of just, of course, you scroll through it and you click yes, and you're setting up your TV because, wow, I just got a new TV, right? You don't care about all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff put in there, but also there's a lot of sneakiness going on as well. So be aware of that. Maybe go back into your smart TV and look at the settings, the privacy settings, because a lot of them you can, now they say, would you like targeted advertising or not? Because now the cat's out of the bag, as it is, I guess. Cat's out of the bag. So if you have a smart TV, no matter what you're watching, now if you're watching something that's inappropriate, you may get some inappropriate ads. Just saying, but it's possible. Oh, geez. Oh, that's right. We used this on the last show because, it's not good. It's just not good. All this privacy, this data, this craziness, because Mark Zuckerberg did it again. Facebook. Oh man. For a brief period, a Facebook bug last week briefly unblocked people on Messenger who had previously been blocked, opening the door to unwelcome messages and exposing otherwise hidden posts. The company said the bug affected about 800,000 users and has since been fixed, the company said, but it's yet another privacy misstep for the social media company, which has been owning up to its errors. Because what else can they do but say, yes, we did? I mean, yeah. So, and just remember this, if you are a kid, you say, Facebook is for old people. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Snapchat, but Facebook is for old people. Facebook's losing a lot of people, a lot of the kids. And we mentioned that last show. YouTube and Facebook are number 1 and 2 for kids, for teens and tweens, as far as social networking is concerned and stuff. So, okay, so there's that. So Facebook, what are you going to, if you can't trust Facebook, like I would, but who can you trust, right? Who can you trust? I don't know. Let's go on. Should we move on? We're actually moving pretty well here. Let's move. Let's see what else we got here, right? What else can I tell you? What is that? The New York Police Department. What do they have to do with anything? Well, I tell you, it's. I have a story about them somewhere. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what the police department's doing. It was in my notes. Had it here. Let's see. I don't see it, but let's just say that there's a badge for the city of New York and the police department. So hope you enjoyed that picture, right? Hey, that was fun. Do you use Netflix? Are you a Netflix person? Are you a Netflix person? Do you ever do reviews on Netflix? Do you? Yes? I can't hear. Netflix is changing the way what's going on over the flick of the net. They're removing online reviews next month in August, so you'll no longer be able to post written reviews as of July 30th, and then in mid-August, existing written reviews will be removed. Netflix is removing a desktop-only feature this summer that allowed users to read and write reviews of TV shows and movies on its website, but the shutdown is coming in stages. People will no longer be able to write their Facebook, their feedback, that is, on a show similar to a Yelp review of a restaurant by July 30th. And we all know, if you've ever been on Yelp, I think they're so trusting, and I believe every review on it not. All it is people get paid money to write bad reviews, and it's plain and simple true. It's very transparent. People have admitted to it. It's not like unknown. So if you read good reviews on things, they may be good because people get paid to write good reviews. If you see bad reviews, I don't know. Maybe it's a bad review. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. It's up to you to decide how it is. I don't rely on reviews so much. Although if I were to look at reviews, I actually go to YouTube because the people doing the review are on the screen. And I want to see what they look like. If they look semi-trusting, I might be more apt to take their advice on the review. If they look like they're in their, well, you can imagine. I might say, you know what, they don't know what they're talking about. We'll just, so if I can see your face, I might. How about this? I'll give you a review right now. If you trust me, you'll take the review. If not, don't. I don't know what the review is. Oh, here's a review. McDonald's. There's a McDonald's not too far from here, and they put in these kiosks, and you can't order at the counter. I was going to go to the counter, get a shake, right? It's going to go to the counter, and someone says, no, you can't order from the counter because they just remodeled this thing. You can't go to the counter. You have to go to the kiosk. What do you want? I told them I want, and they pushed the wrong button, and they had no idea how to get their way out. Like, literally no way. And I said, I'm just going to order at the counter. No, you can't order at the counter. No, you have to order from the kiosk. I said, you know what? No. And I just went and ordered at the counter. And you know what? You can. The person who is trained in to show people how to use a new technology was not trained in properly. And I had a bad experience. And I don't know if I want to, if they couldn't get out of it. And unless there was something wrong with this, it's weird. You walk in, and the counter's like over here, and then over here is the kiosk, and you punch in stuff like, what you want. You're supposed to, anyway, be able to punch it in, and then I don't know what happens after that because I never got that far. So, but these new kiosks, it's kind of like ordering. I guess Panera does that now, and there's some other places where you can order off the screen, and then I don't know if it saves time. I don't know if it does. Do you really need less people? I don't know, but they had one person who didn't know how to use the technology there. All right, okay. Sonos speakers sound really good, and there's such a huge competition now of. Everyone wants you in their world. Amazon wants you to have the Echo and the Fire Stick and all the Amazon stuff. Google wants you to have the Google Play and Google Home. Matter of fact, on eBay, I just noticed, depending on when you're watching this, you can get what do they have? I bet I can pull it up here for free. You can because Google wants you as part of you get one Google device, and then you have to get, and this is a really smart move. I don't know, maybe it's no longer, I don't know. But they were giving away for free a Google HomePod or something like that, $49 thing if you spend $119 on eBay, because they want to get you. They just want to get you in their little world, because any other device that you need to hook up to it is going to have to be hooked up through, these devices. And so big competition. Sonos, okay, let's get back to Sonos because they're going public. So I think Sonos, I first heard Sonos probably about 5 years ago, maybe. Is that when they came out with? I'm not sure. It was really smart for them. You know, a lot of people, since the buying online has come around, I'm very picky on my sound. Very, very picky. And I think that it's pretty tough to hear what something sounds like these days by going anywhere. Because like even TVs, you go to Walmart or something like that and they have them on a special TV mode, which is like super bright. And you go, oh, wow. And then, man, that would burn the TV out like really quick. But Sonos is going public, and I think Sonos sounds great. They really have a great product, and they want to put out now, right, a whole system because they want to compete against Apple and the HomePod or whatever, and Google and Amazon and everyone else. There's such competition. Remember, once you get one piece of equipment, though, and you want to extend it, you're going to have to use the equipment from that company. So it's there's so much competition with this stuff. So they're filing to go public. According to The Verge, they've sold over 19 million devices, which I got to tell you, pretty impressive. So Sonos officially filed for an initial public offering, making a major step as the audio company tries to stand out in a world of smart speakers. The company, which was founded in 2002, has grown into a dominant force in the speaker industry with a name that is all but synonymous with the concept of multi-room audio setups. Sonos will trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol SONO. Sono, okay? So, you know what? Someone once told me when I was buying a lot of stocks, they said, if you're looking at retail companies, look at companies do you think if they have a good product and you like them, maybe that's what you should look at investing in as opposed to day trading. And I'm kidding. And boy, these Apple announcements come out. You see this Apple stock. Anytime they have a developer conference and they have new announcements, just watch it. I know you don't. If you watch the stock while they announce it, it's like everyone's waiting for the big announcement. What? No big announcement? Boom! And the stock tanks, and boy, you short that stock, and it's beautiful. Okay, that's that. All right, and YouTube, I don't know why I have it on there, just because maybe it's just a giant piece of YouTube that I'm thinking maybe I want to just go like how about this? Thank you for watching. Okay, I'm done writing all that. So. All right, so how about that? We got through all this stuff. Now, I don't know if we can. I'm going to try and do this. I normally don't, but there is at least 100 people outside Studio C in the pool area, but it's kind of hard to see. I don't know. I'm going to try it. Let's just try it. Let's see if we can. Let's see. I'm just going to try it. I mean, I'm kind of near the window, but not really. I don't think you can see. Maybe you can through the table. I don't know. That's hard to tell. There's a lot. That's just a small portion of what's going on right there. Look at that plant. How can I I've kept that plant alive for like 5 years. Pretty amazing stuff. All right, we're going to wrap things up. We want to thank you for watching show number 226 of Kid Friday. Go to kidfriday.com. If you are watching this on iTunes, please do us a huge favor. Write a review. And in your review, you can ask us a question, and then we'll go in there and we'll answer your questions, or you can just say hi. And if you want to say your first name and the city you're from. And if you like Kid Friday, hopefully you'll give us a 5-star review. That'd be really awesome too. We really appreciate it. And I'm going into Kid Friday right now because I said I was going to do this last show, and or maybe I didn't. But I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to go boom, boom, hang on. Oh, I'm fast. Okay, so I don't know. But if you are watching on iTunes, go in. Please give Kid Friday a great review. And we want to thank Story Cub for being a sponsor right here on Kid Friday. We like to end with the beginning. This is a short show today. You know why? Because I'm going down to the pool. It's really nice out. So if it's nice where you are, or not nice, just go do whatever you're doing. And we'll talk to you on the next Kid Friday. We like to end with the beginning. Bye.
Hit it, hit it, hit it.
Oh! Let's get this party started.
All right!